Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are discussing the Novablast Disruptor. It's an electromagnetic rifle. It doesn't do any physical damage. You can't kill anything with it. It's essentially a stun gun. It uses a heavy fuse ammunition. You'll get quite a lot of that from various places. You don't need to go out and buy it. It's got a 5-round magazine, 70% roughly accuracy. It is pretty accurate. It's quite slow in firing mode, so it's not fantastic, and it's got quite a short range at a range of 20. It's somewhere between mid-range and short range, but because it's a stun gun, it's not really useful in heavy firefights. If you get into combat with higher level characters, you're going to struggle with this if you're planning on just knocking them out, or if you're surrounded. You don't want to be using this to try and thin the herd. You're better off using something with a lot more firepower. But if you're looking at 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 situations with pirates or spacers or things like that, this will do to keep one quiet whilst you deal with another. Where this weapon really excels though is with your beasts. When you're out and about and you're searching new planets and you're trying to scan all the animals, you'll come across lots that are skitterish or fearful and will run when you get close. And if you don't have the talent that gives you the scan to 100% straight away, then you're going to need to chase them down, and it can be quite annoying. This weapon is where this is perfect. I did have one, there we go. With this weapon you can get close enough to an animal and start shooting it until you get that blue bar. Now it is safely knocked out. It's not going anywhere. You haven't really hurt it. It'll probably be upset when it wakes up. And his friend is very unhappy. But what that does allow you to do is not walk into corrosive gas, is scan. Even though its temperament is wary, because it's knocked out, it's not going anywhere. Eventually it will wake up. You can either kill it for the experience, or you can just leave it be. This is just as useful against aggressive animals if you can get a shot on them. As you can see, it takes a little time to build up. 5 rounds isn't a great deal, but I am a terrible shot. I mean, these are level 55s and I think I'm 32, so if they were to hit me I'd probably suffer a significant amount of damage. There you go, you can see the stun wearing off. He's back to normal now, and I'll probably run out of oxygen long before I catch him. I'm not going to chase him, there's no need. But that's the basics of the Disruptor, the Novablast. You can get variants later on that will have elemental or ballistic damage as well as the electromagnetic damage. So whilst you're knocking them out, you're also causing them harm. But as far as I've seen, the basic standard weapon doesn't offer that for you. So you'll be looking at something else. There's, yeah, you can see the blue bar will slowly wear off. I don't know exactly how long it takes, but it gives you plenty enough time to do whatever it is you need to do. You could go back and kill him quite easily. I mean, he will wake up as soon as you start firing at him, so if you're using a weak attacking weapon, he's going to wake up and he's going to be somewhat upset. So if you're going to do it, you're going to want to look at something like a shotgun or a rapid firing decent enough weapon that will take out most beast, especially if you're dealing with something a lot higher level than you. That's only level 5, he'll die quite quickly if I choose to go and kill him. Same with his friend, but the other one was higher. He would be very upset if I managed to knock him out and then started firing on him, and I'd probably have to jump away. So there we go, that's the Novablast. Simple and effective, perfect for your explorations and if you just want to scan things. Pretty good in a firefight, like I say, 1-on-1, 2-on-1, does great. Anything more than that and you're probably wasting your time. Still well worth a look though. You can get a pistol variant, which I'll be covering when I find one. That's a little bit more mobile I think it might have a bigger clip, but we'll cover that when we get to it. But yeah, I mean, you can get these. Several vendors will sell them to you. You can find them on various mobs as you go up through the levels. I picked this one up off a mob. I've been picking up the ammunition for quite a long time. I've just never had really use for it, but I don't see the point in selling it. So yeah, I mean, it sells relatively well. The value says 5,700. That's obviously not even close to being accurate. It's probably a few hundred credits, but credits are credits. You can't really argue with it, especially when you're picking it up for free. I wouldn't go out and buy it unless you're desperate for a stun weapon, but if you happen to pick one up, it's a plus. I mean, if you're lucky enough, you will pick up a blue or a purple, which will offer you a different trait, which will make it far more effective at what it does, and you may end up getting one which offers you damage as well, which means it does become a usable combat weapon, because you are stunning them as well as hurting them at the same time. So you could continue to shoot them whilst knocking them out and killing them slowly. So there we go, the Novablast. Thank you very much for watching. I would appreciate a like and a subscribe if you want to. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment if you want. I'm happy to read them and I'll reply if I can. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.